What's up, guys? We're at the Humble Castle, also known as Lord Hobo Brewing Company in Woburn, Massachusetts. You guys ready to try some beer? Let's go. Hey guys, welcome to Beer Time. I'm with Trevor Bland, head operations manager here. And today we got 3 different beers that we're gonna be talking about. Which one do you wanna go with first?
Yeah, let's start with Freebird.
Freebird? All right.
One.
Happy to be here, man.
Yeah,
Let's
man,
crack
welcome.
these and
In our brand new tap room too.
yeah, I know. This is awesome. It's first time I've been here, and I was just like, we walked in the door and we're like, okay. Like, now I'm just mad at myself that I haven't been here before. But how this new tap room, you guys just put it in, right?
Yeah, this is brand new. So the one that's behind us over there, that's probably about 2 years old. This one's brand new, like within a month, and like brand new patio and all that stuff. So, especially with COVID, like able to be outside, it's awesome.
Yeah, it looks great. So this is a golden ale.
Yep. Yeah. So this is Freebird. Pretty unique for us because it's not hazy.
Yeah.
We're known for those like crazy New England IPAs, like all the haze bombs and stuff. But this one, we just wanted it to be like a beer's beer, like crushable, super drinkable. We don't even dry hop this beer, which is again very unusual for us.
Yeah.
So what you're gonna get more of is like the malt background on this. Like,
I was gonna say that the nose on it is. It's actually very kind of like refreshing, like light, you know?
It's light, it's a little bready. It's just, you can just, I mean, it's 5% alcohol, you can just kind of crush these.
Yeah, this is really smooth.
Yeah, so we use, it's mostly Pilsner in this beer,
Okay.
so it's like the malt background. Like,
Yep.
We're really not showcasing the hops at all, but we're using like, it's like some specialty malts that like kind of give it that little bit of like toastiness or breadiness or something like that.
Yeah.
Probably what you're
Yeah, it's not your standard like lager or anything like that. Like there's more going on for how light it actually is.
Yeah, we use a very neutral yeast. So it's like you said, it's obviously not a lager, it's an ale. Neutral yeast, so you're really just getting like those like a good malt background and like slight bitterness at the end from the hops. But like I said, we don't dry hop it, so it's all.
And what was the idea behind this? Why go towards this style when you guys aren't used to or aren't really known for that?
Yeah, so because we needed to change it up in the portfolio.
Switch it up.
Like you put it used to be all of our beers and you like put them all together and like Boom Sauce stood out. And I'm talking about the originals like Boom Sauce, Glorious, Hobo Life, Steal This Can. It's like Boom Sauce stood out, and then there was like hazy iterations of all the other beers. They were like the same color and stuff. And we wanted something to like just stand out and like prove that we could do something other than just hazy.
Hazy. Well, we did a meat and potatoes review actually a little while back.
That's a good one.
That was around I think St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
So we talked about that beer, and I had meat and potatoes in front of me while I drank it. But that's kind of like off of what your standards are as well.
Yeah. So as we grow, we're definitely trying to expand our portfolio and all that stuff. We've put a 10-barrel system in. We've probably had that for a year and a half, close to 2 years now. Really, that's an experiment with a bunch of different beers rather than just pumping out a ton of Boom Sauce, Glorious, and all that. I mean, those are what's going to keep us going. But the more that we can expand and show, hey, we know what we're doing. Been around for 5 years, so might as well start.
Yeah.
So.
You guys kind of took it by storm right off the bat. Lord Hobo was popping up everywhere.
Yes. Not many breweries start off with a 40-barrel brew house and 80-barrel fermentation tanks.
Yeah.
Basically, when I started 3 years ago, we had 2 rows of 80-barrel fermentation tanks and then like 1 row of 160s. And since then, we've added 3 more rows of 100s. Like our capacity is amazing. Like it's crazy, and like we still have room to grow. So like not many people like Daniel, the founder and the owner, he doesn't do anything small. He just starts and he's like, I want to be the fastest growing brewery in America, and we were like the first year.
Go big or go home, right?
And he's like, I'm going to put it in a 40 barrel brew house, and we're going to fill all these tanks as quickly as possible, and we're going to sell it because I know how to sell the beer. This is brand, like we've done for our core beers, it's like brand new rebrand, I guess. And we never actually had Freebird available at 16 ounce. It was always 12 ounce into 18 packs. So we actually made it to 16 ounces for a 4-pack, and now 12 ounces, 12-pack as well.
Well, let's get moving on here. What do you want to do next?
Yeah, let's go Emo in the Woods. How do we do that? So Emo in the Woods is part of our Vagabond series, and it's kind of cool. Like, we do one release a month, so we do 12 different beers throughout the year, and it really just showcases like kind of the quirkiness and the ingenuity of our brewers. This one right here, it's a oak-aged brute IPA. So brute IPAs were a flash in the pan a couple of years ago. Everyone thought it was going to be like the next thing, and it really wasn't. But our lead seller guy, Eric Muniz, he's been in the industry for quite some time, and he developed this recipe because we're just like, let's think of something that's in the summer that's like super drinkable, that's different. And because it's, like I said, part of that Vagabond series, and he developed this recipe. And when we tried it on the small scale, we're just like, what is this? Like, it was like,
what do we make?
Like like no beer that we have ever tried before.
Fill every tank.
Yeah. So what he did is a super simple malt bill, mostly Pilsner, and then flaked barley. And then what he did is he added it. So the brute IPAs, brute, like you think of like champagne or something like that, super dry and like finishes like there's no sugar in it. Brewers found that there was an enzyme that you could add to beer that would do the same thing. So he was like, yeah, let's create a brute IPA and age it on some oak barrels. And we also used, to do it even further, that Norwegian strain of yeast, Kvaik. So it gives like these super fruity flavors as well. So you get like some fruity flavors with the barrel age.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't have the that bite crisp, that you get from the golden ale. Mm-hmm. It's more like just smooth all the way through and refreshing. Yeah. But this is definitely interesting. So they're just in oak barrels, you said? Yeah,
we actually for this one, for the trial batch, we age in oak, but for this one we actually get a little creative and put some oak staves right in the fermenter. And what's unique about it is that his malt bill that he did, normally a brewed IPA is super drying, but even though we know there's no sugars in this because we tested it, it doesn't feel like super dry. It's still with that Kvaik yeast.
It's not. It's not. When you think brute, it's like
with that
champagne. That's like, okay, let's add some orange juice to this. Make a mimosa here with this because it is kind of like. But this doesn't seem to have that. I think those fruit flavors that kind of come through, kind of like completely knock that brute out of it.
It's that Kvaik yeast. It's crazy. Like there's more and more brewers that are starting to play around with it.
It's unique. It's something my taste buds haven't touched before. So it's like, I'm like, I don't know how really to describe it. You guys are just gonna have to buy it if you want to, because I can't describe it.
It's really unique, and what's crazy is that we knock it out into the fermenter. So normally like in the fermenter it's around like 67 degrees, 70 degrees. We just let this thing go and see it, and like I've taken samples and it's like 100 degrees because this yeast doesn't it doesn't care. It's just like, I'm just gonna ferment and do my thing, and it's an old Norwegian style. So
that's cool.
But yeah, we came up with the name Emu in the Woods because woods, oak aged. His nickname is actually Emu. Because apparently when he was playing soccer in his younger days, there was like 6 Erics on the team, and so the coach took like the E and then the first 2 letters of the last name, so he became Emu. And apparently he worked on an emu farm for one summer in college.
So he got the nickname from soccer, nothing to do with the emu farm he worked on. So moving on to museum here.
Museum. This is part of our kind of our old branding, but it's got like the columns because this beer, it's triple IPA. It's the haze bomb that we want, and it's 11% alcohol. but it doesn't drink like that. Like it's.
Well, it doesn't look like it either.
No.
You think it's got a very orange hue to it.
Yeah.
You think it would be a little bit more of an amber, but it's.
Yeah, we kept the haze. Like some of those triple IPAs, it's just like there's so much malt that goes into it, and that's what gives that amberness.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Yeah, what you'll also notice is there's like a little bit of an alcohol bite, but it's not like.
Yeah, it's not 11. It doesn't taste like 11. So some of those 11s you get that kind of like, that weird kind of lingering.
Yeah, it's like super viscous. And
yeah,
it burns.
Like it's like syrup almost.
Yeah.
You know, and this is even at the end it changes a little bit too. That kind of washes that away.
Yeah, this is probably one of our most complex beers that we've ever made. Multiple iterations went into this, but the story behind it, it's so good that it belongs in a museum. It's Daniel's favorite beer that we made.
Well, this is like I was gonna say this is like an ode. I feel like to the Lord Hobo style. Yeah. Like you can. I've had a boom sauce before on a couple of your other IPAs, and these kind of like that core note is coming out.
Yes. Yep. And it's supposed to be like the crown jewel of Lord Hobo. You know, you got the crown and all that stuff. But yeah, it's part of our Good Lord series. So our Good Lord series, it's only available for 2 months out of the year. It's available through our distribution footprint, but only for 2 months. So it's kind of like just getting it out there, like seeing what the pulse is. And, this would never be a core beer for us, just because of how difficult it is to make. Just because of like so much malt goes into this that we actually have to double batch it to actually make 40 barrels.
Wow. And
then the fermentation is like, because you're starting with so many sugars, like you have to get the yeast exactly right. We've like in the past we've had stalled fermentations and like all that stuff. And
so when you get into those triples, they get trickier as far as the temperature control and things like that.
I wouldn't even call it temperature control. So what you're doing to the yeast, it's like you're stressing it out because it's got so much sugar that's in there that it's trying to metabolize. You're just stressing it out, and some of it's just like, nope, I'm out of here and I'm just gonna die. Like I can't deal with this.
Okay.
So if you don't have enough healthy yeast, it's gonna stall.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's almost like puts it on an overload.
Yep.
And it just shuts down.
Yeah. Like you have to have yeast that's you can't have new generation yeast because that will just get shocked by the alcohol. Like as it's producing the alcohol, the amount of alcohol that's in there will actually kill the yeast. So you have to have it. Yeah, I don't say abuse the yeast, but like it has to mutate a little bit. It has to be used to that alcohol shock, I guess.
Yeah.
And just gotta be healthy. Like you gotta have a lot of live cells and something like that.
Well, I appreciate you having us here and trying all these different beers and stuff. And cheers, man.
Cheers.
Till next time.